What's up everyone, welcome back to Gadgets Portal. Today I have for you the full and final review on the new Samsung Galaxy J7, which is I think one of the best mid-range smartphones you can go for at this moment, and the price of this phone is only 15,000 rupees, that is around $240 and it's only available on Flipkart in India. Now the specs, especially the CPU and the GPU you are getting on this phone at this price point is I think a steal. This Galaxy J7 is probably most suitable for the gaming lovers because of the colorful huge display and an impressive 3000 mAh battery. If you have already checked the gaming review on this phone, then you know that high graphics games like Nova 3 plays quite well on this phone, whereas other mid-range devices, especially the Motorola Moto G 3rd generation, cannot handle the Nova 3. Well, in this video review, I'll talk about each and every aspect of this phone, its pros and cons and the actual performance, and also will show you some tips and tricks, so be with me guys. First of all, let's talk about the look, the build and the aesthetics of the phone, which is not exciting actually. The exterior design of this phone is around 4 or 5 years old now, and in fact the last year's flagship Galaxy S5 had the same design and build quality. Samsung's metal A-series phone Galaxy A5 has got better look, build and 30% more price tag, but the CPU of the A5 is actually not even close to the Galaxy J7's. So the thing is, you have two options. Either you can go for a metal phone with poor CPU or a plastic device with the specs of a 25,000 rupees phone. I personally prefer the second option because I can always attach a metal case and change the look and feel of this Galaxy J7. The display of this J7 is huge 5.5 inches Super AMOLED HD with 267 ppi, and I must admit this gigantic display is not easy to handle with one hand, especially the notification center is very hard to access, but Samsung actually included some tricks. For example, you will get one-handed input option in the dialer in the keypad, and surprisingly they didn't include the one-handed screen option, that is you cannot shrink the whole display. I have here the Motorola Moto G 3rd generation, and as you can see, the viewing angles of the Super AMOLED display is far better than the IPS panel on the Moto G3. Super AMOLED is by far the best screen in business, and the PPI of 267 is actually enough for a screen like this because you are supposed to look at the display from at least 1 feet distance. So overall, I am quite pleased with the quality of the display on the Galaxy J7. Now let me give you a quick walkthrough of the exterior. First of all, there you get the push button home key of Samsung along with the capacitive back and recent keys. Above the display you will find the ear speaker grill, and it's loud and clear in noisy areas, though there is no secondary microphone, and the loudspeaker is also loud for indoor movie watching. Nothing exceptional about this. What's special on this Galaxy J7 is there is a front-facing LED flash, and it's basically a continuous LED, not like a flash actually, but still it's very handy for selfies, especially in dark areas. For example, if you are in a movie hall and want to take a selfie, the front camera of this phone is very wide and captures decent quality images. I'll talk about the camera later on in this review. This is the front-facing camera, which is of 5 megapixel and captures full HD videos. It's of course fixed focus, and unfortunately there is no ambient light sensor on this Galaxy J7. You have got proximity sensor, but the lack of ambient sensor is very annoying actually. There is an outdoor mode with maximum brightness, which will be very handy in outdoor areas like in direct sunlight, or you might enable this during watching movies or playing games. The rear camera is of 13 megapixel with full HD recording, and the quality of the images this camera delivers is just outstanding. Though I think the quality is almost similar to Galaxy J5's. There is an LED flash as well, and the color of the Galaxy J7 I have here is gold, but you have got white, black and the matte finish at the back, especially on this gold color, is giving an impression of metal. If you are in a dilemma in between these three colors, I think you can go for the white or the gold color. I have here the white color Galaxy J5, and the white one is very bright and isn't that much reflective. So it's up to you which one you choose, and let me also give you a glimpse of the front. No need to say these two phones look identical except for the dimensions. Check my channel for Galaxy J5 versus Galaxy J7 comparison. Well, as usual, you'll find the power key at the left and the volume rocker at the right. The power key is easily accessible with your thumb, but volume rocker is impossible to reach with one hand. The primary microphone hole is at the bottom, and as I mentioned before, there is no secondary microphone hole. The micro USB port is OTG capable and you can attach pen drives, keyboards, mouse, etc. Let me give you a demo. You can even connect external hard disk that runs on external power source. The internal space of this phone is 16 gig and out of the box you get 11.64 gig free for the user, which is great, and you can also install microSD cards up to 128 gig. So there is plenty of options for storage, which is again great for gaming lovers because nowadays games are more than 1 gig in size and you can move your installed applications and games to your external SD card. This is the 3.5mm headset jack, and let me also quickly talk about the quality of the earphones you get with the Galaxy J7. Well, the earpieces are of non-in-ear type and the build quality is actually quite good, but the bass levels are not exceptional and the highest volume is not groundbreaking. Otherwise, the voice clarity is decent for calling purposes and the music experience is actually not that bad. Now I'm going to show you a very nice trick. There is a feature called Adapt Sound that significantly elevates the quality of the earphone. You will hear different type of beeps and you need to confirm whether you can hear those or not. Adapt Sound actually fine-tunes the earphone in accordance with your hearing capability, and I'm telling you guys, after you do this calibration, your hearing experience with the earphones will be much better. There you get two frequency curves with and without the Adapt Sound, and technically this feature provides a rich, warm and clear sound. So do this as soon as you get your Galaxy J7 in your hand, and you need to calibrate again if you change your headset. There are some sound effects as well, and again, to keep the price low, Samsung had to provide this basic headset. I really don't mind because I can get a premium one at around 1000 rupees. That's all on the exterior. This Galaxy J7 is a dual SIM phone with micro SIM card support, and the SIM1 slot is 4G capable. There are two variants of this J7. I have here the Exynos version. The Snapdragon one also supports NFC. You got FM radio, Bluetooth 4.1, single band Wi-Fi, and the thickness of this phone is 7.5mm and it looks thinner because of the larger dimension. If you compare this with the Moto G3, you can see the huge difference in the thickness, and I have also uploaded a video comparison in between this J7 and the Moto G3, so check that out as well. Now guys, let's discuss about the interior, that is the software, the TouchWiz interface, and Samsung is known for its rich interface with lots of hidden features, and this J7 is not an exception. I have already shown you the Adapt Sound, and there are numerous other features on this smartphone that are quite uncommon on other devices in the same category. As you can see, the applications are opening blazing fast and there is basically no lag, not a hiccup on this interface so far. As you know, I have also done a speed test against the Moto G3, which is running on stock Android, and the J7 outperforms G3 in every possible way. You can access to few of the smart features from these toggle switches here. You can change the total look of the device just by applying some embedded themes, and from the theme store you can actually download hundreds more. Almost all of these are free, and to download you need to log into your Samsung account. So without any third-party app, you can change the look of the phone, and there you get the home screen, lock screen, the dial pad, the contacts menu, and the messaging app. Each and everything on this phone is changed. The notification window is looking great, and I think to customize your device you should rely on these themes more than the launchers. As usual, Samsung included its Smart Manager application where you can scan the device for adware, malware, etc. and again, probably you won't need any third-party antivirus software. I'll talk about the Samsung Minox feature later on in this review. Now the RAM on this phone is 1.5 gig, which is actually not bad, but the user-free RAM is very low considering this is a gaming device. At this moment you get 260 MB free, and let's kill all the running applications and check what is the maximum user-free RAM. Well, still the user-free RAM is very low, only 534 MB, and after a while few system applications will restart, and normally you will get around 400 MB of free RAM on this Galaxy J7. But don't worry, this doesn't actually affect your gaming performance. I haven't faced any issue playing hardcore games. The battery on this device is very impressive, 3000 mAh, and I am getting around 2.5 to even 3 days or normal to heavy uses. If you are a heavy user, like you text all the time, talk over the phone for hours and also browse the internet, then also you can expect at least one full day backup on this J7. There is a power saving mode which limits the CPU clock speed and offers better battery performance. The most interesting is the ultra power saving mode, and in this mode very few applications are active and you can expect at least a full day backup with only 15% battery left. Let me give you a few more tips on this phone. In the lock screen and security settings there is a Find My Mobile option. You can track your lost phone and also wipe clean your sensitive data remotely using your Samsung account. As you know, this is a dual SIM device and there is an option called Smart Dual SIM, that is, while you are talking over the SIM 1, if you receive a call on the SIM 2, you will get a call waiting notification. So it's a very handy feature you should check. In the sound and notification settings, you will find the Do Not Disturb mode, that is, you can control the sound profile of the phone with some exceptions. For example, you can allow calls or messages and also alarm. If you wish, you can disallow certain applications from sending notifications in the Do Not Disturb mode. In fact, when this mode is not active, you can block certain applications from bothering you with repetitive notifications. Just block notifications, and you can also set the app as priority, that is, its notification will come up at the top in the notification panel and also get allowed in the Do Not Disturb mode. If these notifications are very sensitive, for example your email, WhatsApp or messaging notifications, and you don't want them to show up on your lock screen or in the notification panel, you can hide them. You can hide the notification content for all the applications as well. Well guys, I hope that you are finding this video very helpful. If so, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. The camera flash can be used for notification purposes, and the home button can be enabled to accept calls, and the power key to disconnect. It's very handy if you are wearing gloves or your hand is wet. Notification reminder actually reminds you of your notifications at a user-defined interval, so you are never going to miss your notifications. Visit the About device and click on the build number 7 times to enable developer options on your Galaxy J7. Developer options helps you speeding up your device. You can reduce or disable animations on this phone, and these are the options you can check. Switch all of this off. The interface will now feel more swift and responsive. Force GPU rendering also enhances the graphics performance. Now, as I mentioned before, you can download the Samsung Minox feature from the Smart Manager application, and Minox creates an isolated and secure workspace on your device. So whatever you do in the Minox applications are actually kept secret. For example, I have taken some images and these are only visible in the Minox gallery. The normal open gallery has no trace of the images. So in this way you can hide and password protect your activities on this Galaxy J7. Well buddies, you might have noticed this floating icon here on the screen. This is called Assistant Menu, and for a huge display like this, Assistant Menu is actually very handy. You get your important options and settings just under your thumb, and this menu can be contextual as well. For example, in the camera mode you can get your gallery and switch camera options. To enable Assistant Menu, visit the Settings, Accessibility and Dexterity and Interaction. Well buddies, now let's quickly discuss about the camera on this phone. As you know, this is a 13 megapixel shooter and captures impressive quality images. Outdoor images look very sharp, colorful, and the focusing is almost accurate, I think. The camera flash is also very powerful. 13 megapixel images are very large, you can crop without losing the quality, and the macro shots are also very sharp. In low light there is visible noise as expected, and you can easily notice the noise in the indoor shots if you zoom. On a 15,000 rupees phone you cannot expect better than this. Overall, in good lighting condition, this camera is decent. There are a couple of camera modes including the beauty face. As you know, beauty face airbrushes your face and removes wrinkles, pimples, etc. The front camera is again decent in good lighting condition, and you can capture images with a gesture like this, that is, show your hand and within 2 seconds the selfie will be captured. The volume rocker can be used as the shutter key, and you can double press the home button anytime on this phone to launch the camera. Well guys, overall the software features, the interface and the multimedia on this Galaxy J7 are excellent, but the best thing on this phone is the CPU and the GPU. On this Antutu 5 you have got around 38,304, which is just unthinkable on a 15,000 rupees phone. This is almost double I have got on the Moto G3, which is just 2,000 rupees cheaper. The Nina Mark II score is almost perfect, 59.9 FPS, and as I mentioned before, I have the octa-core Exynos variant of J7, that is the Indian version with Cortex A53 1.5 GHz processor and Mali T720 graphics. The Android version on this phone out of the box is Lollipop 5.1.1. There you get the sensors. Well guys, overall this Galaxy J7 is a complete package with a huge colorful display, impressive battery, powerful CPU and decent camera. For only 15,000 rupees, I think this is the best phone you can get from a brand like Samsung. Though the design is repetitive, the look and build of this phone are actually not that bad. So I do recommend this phone to you guys. You will not be disappointed, especially if you are a gaming lover. Thanks a lot for watching. You can check the description below for the buying link of this phone, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you think my effort was helpful to you. I try my best to give you as many information as I can in these very short videos, so subscribe now and help this channel grow. Thanks again for watching. Keep in touch and have a nice day.